So Bitcoin just dropped 8%, and it wasn't alone. The entire US stocks market got rocked. Over $2 trillion gone in a single trading session. We're not talking about random flash crash here. This was triggered by something much bigger. Announcement from President Trump. He called it Liberation Day. And here's the deal. He's rolling out a baseline of 10% tariff on all imports. But that's not where it stops. He dropped a full breakdown by country, and it hits hard. Now listen to this. China facing a total of 54% in tariffs. But keep in mind, that includes all the tariffs already in place. This is more like a pile-on than a fresh hit. Cambodia's 49%. And that's all new, straight out of the gate. That's why some are saying they got hit the hardest. Vietnam sitting at 46%. Laos and Myanmar also close to 50%. Even the UE got smacked with a flat 20%. So while China's number is technically bigger, Cambodia blow hits harder in some ways because Cambodia's economy is way more fragile and the new tariffs comes with no buffer. When your entire export games is built on low-cost goods, a 49% wall is like running into a freight train. And just so there's no confusion, Canada and Mexico were mostly exempt. Why? Because as long as they play by the USMCA rules, they get to dodge the global tariffs. That trade deal is still holding up for now, but certain items like autos and steels still under order, separate tariffs. So not a total free pass, but they did avoid the hammer this round. Markets react immediately. The Dow fell over 4%, S&P nearly 5%, the Nasdaq dropped 6%. Bitcoin took a solid hit, holding around $80,000 per coin, but hanging on by a thread. You know it's serious when Angus are comparing it to March 2020 during the pandemic's crash. That's the level of threats we just saw. And unlike most red days, there was no last minute bounce, no bargains hunters, no buying the dips, just full on exit mode. When that bell rang at the close, the sellout had no relief. A White House official tries to calm the storm, saying this wasn't negotiation tactic, it was policy. But within hours, there was a shift in tone. The president told reporters that the door opens for countries to make deals. Mixed messaging like that, market hates it. And while leadership says the countries is going boom, and that trillions of investment are headed into the US, investors are watching the $2 trillion that disappeared in 1 day and asking, are we building a new futures or tearing up the old ones too fast? And this is deeper than stocks. Businesses are now asking themselves, do we invest or do we freeze and wait? That hesitation, it slows everything down. Some economists are saying this could trigger a recession. Other things it might skate by. Either way, the confidence is shaken. And in the middle of all this, Bitcoin. Yeah, it dropped. But the biggest story is who making moves whilst everyone else is panicking. Like Kango, a Chinese company that just ditches its legacies out of business and went full Bitcoin mining. They picked up 32 exahashes worth of hashes powers through a deal linked to Bitmain. That's not a panic sell. That's a chess move. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, institutional interest is still cooking. Multiple reports this week show ETFs inflows into Bitcoins are holding steady. Even during the drop, that tells us there are still players dollars cost averaging in while retail is hesitating. Oh, and guess what else just happened? A new report says at least 2 major US banks are planning to roll out Bitcoin's custody services before the summer. Yep, while some folks are being shaken out, the infrastructures keeps getting stronger. And there's a curveball. Saudi Arabia just announced it's reviewing its sovereignty's wealth funds exposure to alternative asset. And insiders say Bitcoin is now on the radar. If that plays out, that could be a serious wave of new capital. So the question is, are you watching the price or the pattern? Because while the masses are refreshing charts, others are refreshing strategy. This is what wealth positioning looks like. If you got value out of this, hit like, subscribe if you haven't done so, and join me as we track these moments in real time. What comes next might be bigger than any of us think. And don't forget to hold tight and stack it right, my friend. Take care.